Question. I have a low ticket funnel and a high ticket coaching offer, and everyone tells me something different. One guru says calls are dead, another says funnels are dead. Of course, everybody's promoting their stuff. I've stopped trusting my own judgment, and it's a horrible feeling. I can feel that. How do I decide what advice to actually follow? So here's the thing. If you see people in your industry doing low ticket funnels and they're making money, that means low ticket funnels are working. If you see people in your industry doing sales calls and they're still making money, it means that works. Like, here's the thing. A friend of mine, many people think like webinars are dead because they've been a thing like in 2020, it's 2026. But here's the thing. A friend of mine is making like $300,000 a month through webinars. Like, webinars are not that. Okay? Usually the offers and the angles of your offers are that. And many different strategies can work. So if your low ticket funnel is kind of working, like, double down on it and start tweaking the offers, start tweaking the messaging, and start running ads, because low ticket funnels are working. There are people making like millions of dollars with low ticket funnels in some industries. If you feel like your low ticket funnel is not working, do a different thing. The only thing that changed when it comes to funnels and sales is this one, and this is very important. Previously, there was an, let's say, ad, cold audience, and they send traffic to a call, and they have kind of like higher close rate. Okay, that was in the past, and there was some little piece maybe in between, some video explaining how it works. Sometimes it was just a VSL 10-minute long, sometimes it was like a 1 hour long webinar, something in between. Nowadays, what happened, because people went through that process so many times, it requires a longer time to going from a cold audience, from cold to sold. It requires, I wouldn't say more time, I would say more of their time spending on consuming your content. Okay, so it would be like they need to consume way more of your content. Like, study says like 7 hours. In my course, I teach people like the reward strategy, and usually people spend like 5 hours with me, and we can convert them to our backend offer with no sales, because we are building a lot of trust here. Okay, so we are building a lot of trust here. It doesn't mean it will take you a month or a week. Only thing you need to do is to be sure that you can compress and collapse the time so they can consume a lot of your content in a short period of time. So in our case, it's max 5 days, because we give them a deadline to consume the content in 5 days. But many people consume the content in one day, like those 5 hours in one day, they can make a decision and they buy. Like, that happens. Okay, so that's the goal. And whether you do calls here at the end or you have just an offer, it's up to your preferences. I do not like calls. I would rather spend more time building great content that converts people without the calls. That's what I prefer, and that's what I do. But if you prefer calls and if you love calls, like, do that. Usually calls, if you are really good at closing people on the calls will give you higher, more money. Definitely, you can make more money with calls, but it costs you time. Okay, so there is always trade-off. Okay? Will it make you like 2 times, 3 times more money? With a good offer, probably not. I am the guy who rather creates demand and content so that I don't need to do calls. But there are people who rather create not that much content, but rather they are on the calls. It's based on the preferences. So what works for you, that's the best strategy for you. But just keep in mind, all of those strategies are working, but the trust is missing. That's the difference between those kind of like nowadays and 5 years ago. The trust is missing, so it takes more time to build trust in order to make people buy from you.
And one more thing. If you are a coach or a service provider or a course creator and you want to see how I replaced sales calls with a simple reward video that helped me get more than 160 high ticket clients, I'm happy to show you how and how you can use it in your business. Just click the link below in the description and see you there.